Today I'm joined by Leigh and Merveille from Inspiring Leadership Trust. Inspiring Leadership equips women and girls with everything that they need to break into industries that might otherwise be impossible for them to find work in. Not just the fashion industry, but science, medicine, the army, and any other business sector in which the girls may be interested. So Leigh, first question to you. Tell us a bit more about Inspiring Leadership Trust.
Okay, so thank you so much, Sacha. I'm really lovely to be here. We are a group of highly networked, influential business leaders that are absolutely passionate about getting out there and helping women and girls that come from all types of backgrounds. And some of those might be very vulnerable, they might be disadvantaged, or they just might need a bit of our support in some way. And we use our talents and our skills and our resources to help them to move from the position that they're currently in to navigate towards their aspirations, the careers that they would love. And we do it through a variety of different ways. So mentoring being one of those core components to that. But we've got an online learning management system with wonderful inspirational tools and videos, and we've got masterclasses that we run, work experience opportunities to open up the mind to what careers could look like, as well as work opportunities themselves, so actually getting women into jobs. So it's a lovely inspirational journey for everybody involved, actually our business leaders, but also the individuals that come onto our programs.
Merveille, tell us about what Inspiring Leadership Trust has done for you and how you found them, how you came across them in the first place.
So I was going to this young youth club called Soapbox, and through there I think Young Inspiring Leadership contacted Soapbox, and they were looking for young women who were struggling finding jobs, struggling getting into the industry that they desire to, and someone must have recommended me. And so when I saw the program, I thought it was perfect because I was kind of in this limbo phase of I'm not sure how to get into the industry that I want to. Is it even the industry that I'm really interested in? Because sometimes you say you really want to do something, but like you're not sure how it actually is once you get there. So I was kind of like in that limbo phase. So when I saw the program, I was like, this is perfect. This gives me an opportunity to get mentoring, to develop my skills, and to be able to have that kind of one-to-one mentoring that I was lacking before. And so, yeah, I applied for the leadership program and I got in.
That's amazing. So what was the sector that you were interested in getting into?
So I wanted to go into film and anything creative really, but mostly film. And so I was kind of like, I studied it in college, but I didn't want to necessarily go to university. I wanted to see if there was any other options out there for me. And like my family kind of gave me a year to kind of figure things out. And if that didn't work out, I would have had to go to uni. So I was trying to like do as best as I can, try to figure out, because I did not want to go to uni. And so like I did a few runner jobs here and then, but it was nothing that was stable or giving me a solid like income. It was more like you do a few weeks here and there type of thing. And I kind of wanted to be able to financially support myself and be able to have something that's solid and has a regular income. So yeah, so it was like I was really interested in going into film, like directing. That's what I thought in the beginning. I was more into directing, but since going into the Young Leadership program, I was kind of like got to explore different areas, especially through my mentor Alex. She kind of gave me that opportunity to kind of explore that there's different options out there. It's not just directing, because when you first think of film, it's always like, oh, a director or actress. You don't really think of like there's a whole crew behind the whole thing, that there's so much area you can go into. There's researching, there's location, there's wardrobe, there's all different areas that you can explore. And even if you go into thinking you want to go to one area, you can always go to a different route if you're interested in doing so.
And have you decided yet? Is it still a journey that you're on and you're making that decision, or have you decided which area of the film business you're most interested in?
So right now I kind of went into commercial, and that was something that I didn't think I was interested in, and I kind of got more into that kind of commercial, making content for companies type of area. So I still want to do film, and it's something that I'm still exploring, but I'm keeping my options open to different areas.
Yeah, amazing. Well, congratulations to have done so well so quickly. I mean, just out of interest, so how long did it take from the sort of beginning of the mentorship through to getting work?
It was a very short period of time. I would say like it's been like a year and a bit. So it was very like from when I joined, I think I got my first job like 3 months or 4 months after. So it was a really quick process, especially getting into the industry. And like I had never worked in a proper professional kind of environment before. So, and that's what another thing that my mentor really helps me is, even when I got my job, my mentor was still very catching up on me, making sure I'm okay, and how like working the office place, because it can be very daunting when you first go in there, because it's like everyone's in the areas and you're like, oh, I've never done this before and I'm a newbie, and everyone can just sense it. But she just gave me that guidance of like, it's okay, that everyone had to start somewhere, and no one's looking at you like, oh, look at her, she's new, she doesn't know what she's doing. That everyone's there willing to help you, and even if you do make mistakes, it's fine, you're going to learn from that mistakes, and that's how you grow. If you're not making any mistakes, how else are you going to grow and learn for the next time to be like, okay, I did that, okay, that didn't work out, maybe I should try something else. So
yeah, so true. Yeah, and I'm still making mistakes now. I've been working, I don't know, 30 years, still making a lot of mistakes. So that's a great attitude to have. Yeah. So Leigh, how do you go about finding mentors? I mean, we're minnows at My Wardrobe HQ, so we've got a few of the team have volunteered to help and become mentors. But we're still a tiny business, and I guess it must be really challenging to find the mentors who will give up the time to do this. But what is your outreach to find businesses that can help?
Do you know what we're really fortunate with as a charity, because we actually help with that transition from women moving from other charities or other organisations where they need help into a point at which they go, I now need to follow my own path. I need to find my way towards a workplace that I love, an environment that I love, the type of work that I love, and achieve my aspirations. And so we're very fortunate as a charity because of the business that I run alongside this charity, which is all about leadership and development. So our network is very broad. We've got very senior leaders right through to junior leaders across a range of industries. But of course, you've just heard here, I have no connection at all within the film sector, and certainly within the fashion sector. I must get some advice from you in the future. But these are sectors that are really, really new to me. And to my networks quite often as well. But we fundamentally believe in 3 degrees of separation. And what's forming for us as a charity, as this inspirational leadership network that's coming together around this agenda, which is about the empowerment of women through financial independence and employment, is they're all galvanizing together as this group to help women to achieve their goals, and not what others say that they should do, but what they want to achieve themselves. So the breadth is probably one of the biggest challenges for us, because for everything that we do, we're probably, we've got specific sectors that we've got some very strong links with, but others that we really need to develop and grow and create this broader set of mentors that can help us with this growing momentum for the women and girls that are coming onto our programs. So word of mouth is absolutely brilliant, and inspirational people like you that already, as soon as you heard about the charity, you took it as a call to action, and you mobilize people around you, and that's really what we need, is great people like you helping us along that journey.
There'll be links to the charity and so on underneath this, so that anybody who is interested or is running a business and has got the time, or a team who's interested in helping, will be able to sign up and volunteer to offer some of their time to become mentors. So Merveille, probably best that we finish off with you and just ask you, what difference would you say this has made to your life, having been through this mentorship?
I think it's made a great difference, especially because sometimes, like for me, my CV and cover letter was a big issue I was having. Writing is not my strongest point. So sometimes, like, let's say I'll go through a application and there might be a job and there's a deadline. I might not necessarily have someone to check my work or check my CV, so then I missed the deadline, or I'm just like, oh, let me know, like my CV's not up to like par, let me just leave it. So having a mentor like Alex, where like anytime I want to reach out to her and just be able to be like, hey, I'm sorry, are you busy? Can you quickly check my CV? It's just made a big difference. There's more jobs that I'm able to apply for, and I also have that confidence of, okay, someone's checked my work, I don't have to worry about that, and I can, like, even if I do make mistakes, it's fine, she'll go through it. And also just with Alex, she's more than just a mentor. Like, if even especially with things that's going on right now, like let's say I just feel down and I don't know what to do next, just emailing her, she's always willing to answer my email, just checking up on me. She's always like, oh, are you okay with everything going on? And I know it's difficult, and it's just having someone there to support you that's in the industry as well, to just remind you that you're not going through this alone. There's like a lot of people suffering through this time, and even with someone who's like is a professional and is kind of up there, even they're going through struggles, kind of puts you down to earth and think, okay, it's not just me, that I'm not the only one struggling, and it's okay even if I am struggling, that there's people there to support me. Because sometimes it feels like a lonely place, because it's like, how do I get my foot into the door? It seems like, oh, you must know a certain person, or if you're not at this level, not like no one's willing to get you. But there's always people out there to support you. So it's a great program for anyone who just looking for that transition into the workplace and doesn't know where to step in and feels like they don't have the right experience. It's a great place for you to just explore your options and be able to get that support that you need.
That's a brilliant answer, and Leigh, that must make you feel fantastic.
Oh, do you know, and I just want to say about Merveille as well, I got a few months after Alex started to work with Merveille, and Alex is a wonderful producer and film producer, very talented. And she dropped me an email about Merveille, and she says, you'll never believe it, Leigh. Merveille has just applied for a junior producer role, and she's beaten all the competition, and she is just absolutely thriving. And it gave her so much of a thrill just to be able to be part of that journey, clearly inspired by Merveille, because she went out there and she achieved her goals. And clearly things have changed in the current climate for Merveille at the moment, with being made redundant now, which again is another challenge within COVID, is actually how do we support communities and women, particularly during these challenging times. But it's so lovely to hear, and we're straight back in, right? So this isn't a long-term thing, in terms of support. It doesn't say, right, we're here for a few weeks. It's for the long term. So the fact that Merveille can come back into the charity and we go, okay, let's go back to the drawing board and see how we can support you again. Those things are really important. It's such an inspiration, and I think Merveille is a fantastic example of a very talented woman going after her goals in life, which is great.
Yeah, you can come and shoot some commercial content for us if you're in a Leigh said. So we'll give you some clothes or something. Yeah. It's really lovely to chat to you both. Thank you so much for giving us time this afternoon. See you soon.
Thank you. Stay safe. Take care. Bye. Bye. Bye.